Hello there, my wonderful friends. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Today, I want to share a story that really got me thinking about how we view aging and what our bodies are truly capable of achieving. Sarah was 65 when she received news that millions of women face severe osteoporosis in her spine. Her doctor outlined the standard treatment plan, medication and careful living to prevent fractures. But Sarah decided to research alternative approaches, and what she discovered in just 1 year surprised everyone, including her medical team. This story is inspired by real experiences shared by women who've transformed their health after 60, though I've changed names and details to protect privacy while preserving the essential truth of this journey. Sarah's approach wasn't revolutionary in theory, but it challenged everything she'd been taught about aging safely. Let me start from the beginning. Like many women approaching their mid-60s, Sarah had developed certain beliefs about staying healthy as she aged. For years, she'd focused on maintaining her weight through portion control and light exercise, walking, maybe some gentle yoga. She believed this was the responsible approach for someone her age. After all, isn't conventional wisdom to eat less and avoid strenuous activities that might cause injury? When Sarah's routine bone density test revealed significant bone loss, she wasn't entirely surprised. Osteoporosis affects about 1 in 4 women over 65. But instead of simply accepting the typical treatment protocol, Sarah started doing her own research into bone health. What she discovered challenged her assumptions. Multiple studies suggested that resistance training could actually increase bone density, even in older adults. This contradicted everything she'd learned about age-appropriate exercise. Weight training seemed like something for younger people or athletes, not for women concerned about fragile bones. But the scientific evidence was compelling enough to make her wonder, what if the safe approach of eating less and exercising gently was actually contributing to bone and muscle loss? Sarah made a practical decision to try a different approach, but she wanted to do it safely and correctly. She found a trainer experienced with older adults and began learning proper strength training techniques. Instead of jumping into intense workouts, she focused on form and gradual progression. The bigger change was her relationship with food. Rather than restricting calories to maintain her weight, Sarah learned about balanced nutrition, ensuring she got adequate protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats. She shifted from eating as little as possible to eating enough to fuel her body's needs, including recovery from exercise. This wasn't about dramatic transformation or competing with anyone. Sarah's goals were practical: build bone density, maintain independence, and feel confident in her daily activities. She wanted to test whether her body could still adapt and grow stronger when given proper challenge and nutrition. Sarah's progress was steady and methodical. She learned fundamental movements like squats and hip hinges, gradually adding resistance as her technique improved. One of her favorite exercises became the hip thrust, which targets muscles crucial for posture and bone health. The changes she noticed weren't dramatic overnight transformations. Instead, everyday tasks gradually became easier. Carrying groceries felt less taxing. Getting up from chairs required less effort. Her energy levels throughout the day improved noticeably. Sarah trained consistently 3 to 4 times per week, following the principle of progressive overload, gradually increasing the challenge to encourage adaptation. She wasn't trying to break records or transform her appearance. She was simply providing her body with the stimulus it needed to maintain and build strength. After 12 months of consistent strength training and improved nutrition, Sarah returned for her follow-up bone density scan. The results showed measurable improvement, something that defied her doctor's initial expectations. Her bone density hadn't just stabilized, it had actually increased in several key areas. Beyond the medical measurements, Sarah had gained something equally valuable: confidence in her body's capabilities. She learned that being careful doesn't necessarily mean avoiding challenge. Sometimes it means providing our bodies with appropriate stress and adequate recovery. Her experience illustrates an important shift in thinking about healthy aging. Instead of focusing primarily on what we should avoid or restrict, we can ask what our bodies need to thrive. The answer often involves more challenge and better nutrition, not less. Today, Sarah continues her strength training routine because she's experienced firsthand what it does for her quality of life. Her story represents thousands of similar experiences. Older adults discovering that their bodies remain remarkably adaptable when given proper stimulus. The key insight isn't that everyone needs to become a powerlifter. It's that our assumptions about aging and capability may be more limiting than our actual physical potential. Research consistently shows that muscle mass, bone density, and functional strength can improve significantly even in our 70s and 80s. Sarah's journey challenges common beliefs that strength training is too risky for older adults, that eating less is always healthier, that we should expect steady decline after a certain age. Her results suggest that with proper guidance, our bodies can surprise us with their resilience and adaptability. If Sarah's story resonated with you, or if you've had your own experiences that challenged assumptions about aging, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. These conversations help all of us learn what's possible at every stage of life. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe for more stories about health and aging. Remember, our potential may be greater than we think, regardless of our age.